The following tutorial is brought to you by WholeLoops.com.
It's production time. I'm Reid Stefan, Realest puppet in the game. Today, I'm bringing you my top 6 plugins for instant drum mixing perfection. I'm talking about plugins or plugin chains that you could drop on your drums group to take your entire mix down to a new level of clarity and punchiness. So let's jump right into the sauce. The song that I'm going to be demonstrating is a track I produced for Karra called Teardrops, and with no sauce on the drums group at all, it sounds like this. And this is the drums group that I was telling you about that has all of our drum kit and 808 together. So let's jump right into the sauce with plugin number 1. Now this is an absolute beast of a plugin that I've actually talked about in my disrespectful plugins countdown video, but I want to show you what it can do on your drums group because this is where something like this really shines. Let's check it out. And without it. Now that is really nice. Mixing in some third harmonics, air, and saturation is just the perfect sauce for me, especially when I blend it in at about 75% on this plugin. You can see up here you can control where the harmonics are happening, either in your high frequencies, low frequencies, or across the whole spectrum. So there you have it. Black Box definitely earns his spot on number 6 on my top favorite drums group saucing plugins. And I'm going to leave this here and we'll just move on to the second one, which is actually a stock plugin that comes with Ableton 10 called Drums Bus. Now, what I love to do with Drums Bus is a little bit of transient saucing, no dampening, and then adjust the input trim down a little bit. And the dry wet is really going to give you exactly what you want to balance it out, because this thing is disrespectful right from the beginning. Hey. And what's really important is notice that even though it sounds like it's getting louder, the clipping is getting removed by the dry wet being up at 100%. So you can control the loud peaks that might attack the rest of your mix in any of these plugins just by controlling the clipping amount. I find the compression on this to be a little bit too aggressive. I actually made a slightly enhanced version of this as an audio effect rack available now at WholeLoops.com called Drum Sauce, which adds a couple extra features such as boom and sizzle to enhance your low end or high end. But there you have it. That's Drums Bus, and if you want the enhanced version, I'll put a link to that in the description below. But let's move on to sauce number 4 in my top 6, and that's a really sneaky plugin that Slate just added to their everything bundle called Transient Shaper. And it's part of the Kilohertz snap-ins, but you could use it as a standalone plugin in any DAW. And let's just turn up the attack and clipping, because I just love using plugins like this on my drums group.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay. Teardrops falling, but I'm okay.
You can adjust the speed of your clipper. We can even pick up some of the sustain and really bring those 808s out with the sustain knob.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain.
This thing is really a hidden gem inside the Slate Everything bundle. So I hope you have this, because this thing will really, really transform your drums group.
Do your drums sound like floppy trash? Have you wasted countless hours trying to get that knocking mix down with no results? Introducing Whole Loop's Drum Sauce, the brand new preset that instantly processes your drums group into a clean, organic, and hard-hitting sauce. Whole Loop's Drum Sauce is available now for Waves Studio Rack and Ableton stock plugins, only at wholeloops.com.
So let's move in to critical sauce number 3. This is one of the UAD plugins that I think is absolutely essential, and that is the SPL Transient Designer. And let's drop this here on our drums, and we're just gonna boost up the attack and maybe even the sustain a little bit too, and let's see what this does.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay. Teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay.
Now I like using this plugin in a very subtle amount like this in conjunction with another sauce like this. So maybe I would drop it before the drums bust to give this a little bit extra bump.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm
Now a lot of times I like doing a little bit of parallel saucing with the Transient Shaper, so in that case I would pull up the Plugin Alliance version, which includes a parallel mix knob.
teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay.
But that's SPL Transient Designer, a really simple transient shaping tool. I find this one to be a little bit more subtle, but it definitely deserves the number 3 spot on my top 6 drums group sauces. Now this plugin number 2 is something really exciting by a company you might not have heard of, JST, which stands for Joey Sturgis Tones, and it's called Transify. Drop that bad boy on here, boom. Now as you can see, you get 4 different bands of transient designing. And again, let's just play the song and start having fun with it.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay.
Without it.
New vibrations that I can't explain
Hello.
got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops
Oh my
falling, but
goodness.
I'm okay. But I'm okay.
And without it.
Teardrops falling, but I'm okay.
And back on.
But I'm okay.
That is just so saucy, and you don't even have to clip, just really gives you that extra bit of control of gain staging and how dynamic you want your drums to be before they hit the mastering plugins. So speaking of clipping and transient designing and combining plugins, that leads me to my number one drums group sauce on the list of my top 6 mix down saving drum chains is Waves drum sauce. As you can see, we've just got a studio rack with 3 different Waves plugins arranged in it. And then that simplifies into 8 knobs that we have out here. And for every other DAW, you can just load it up as a studio rack and you'll get the exact same chain. So let's dive into the controls on Waves drum sauce and see what we can do on this song.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay. Teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay. Ooh, it's hitting me now.
You start over one more time and we'll turn this on and off.
Teardrops falling, yeah, but I'm okay. New vibrations that I can't explain got me thinking about all of the good things. Teardrops falling, yeah, teardrops falling, but I'm okay. But I'm okay.
The stock Ableton version, I gotta say, is way more aggressive, whereas the Waves version is way more natural, but that's to be expected because stock Ableton plugins are just downright disrespectful. But there you have it. Those are my top 6 sauces for my drums group. If you want to check out the links to all the plugins and chains that I demonstrated in this video, I'll put all the links in the description. I hope you found a new way to get your drums disrespectfully clean, and I'll catch you guys next time with another tutorial. Peace out.